So I'll go to manage lists. I can add the category and subcategory, and I go to videos, and here I can add the video details. So I will try to put video ID, and then once I put the video ID, I will be able to get the title, description. Title only, description may not come. Here I have to put, all are optional actually. If I want to put, I'll put it. A title is compulsory. We'll make title as a compulsory, but all other things are optional, whether user wants to put it or not. So let's see in the Netflix what else we have to put. So we have name. Okay, sorry, I was uh, back. I'm back. So let's put these details. We may add more details based on the things whatever we needed. So yesterday we found out these things, so we will use these things. Now we got these things. Now let's try to get the title and the image, thumbnail image URL, and the whatever things we get from the YouTube. So let's see if we can get the details. So for example, I have this code in the normal HTML, not in the React, which does the work of the YouTube handling. It goes to the YouTube and get the details. So I got it from that website, the YouTube website. I will give you the link. So maybe, so this is the link. I will put it in the chat. This is the link. This is the link for getting the code for the YouTube. But this is in the normal, so we have to use it in the React. So let's try to put this in the React atmosphere. So one of the thing is we need to call this uh, this one. This is the API which we have to call. So let's put this in the public.html, index.html, public index.html. So I'll put it here. I will remove this onload part because we don't need onload right now. So we just need this client.js, and let's see how it goes now. Okay, so we don't get any errors right now. And so let's move one by one. So first thing is we need to call this this init function. So let's call this function here in the index.html only. Let's create the function. I will create the function. Let's call this function, and I will call this init here whenever the page will load. So let's see now. I will refresh, and I am not getting any error. Everything is going fine. Let's see the page source. So I'm able to call this also. It's going fine. So we call this init. So remember, this API, you have to use your API, not the my API. This is something, the API which we get, the one which we put it in the Firebase. Remember, this is the API. This is the key. So you might have your own API key. You can use that one, and I'm using that one. So if that does not work, you may have to go to the console and you have to enable the YouTube API. So there was, so this is something, the console link. I will give you the link also. So this is the link for, so this you have to put your project name here. So if you go to this link, you have to enable the YouTube one, otherwise it will not work. So with your API key, you have to enable this YouTube data. Okay, and so let's go further now. So I initialize the YouTube one. So whenever the page load, it initializes the YouTube theme. So I can fetch the YouTube data. Let's go now this one again. So now when we want to search, let's say now user goes and put some name here, video here. Let's say he put video ID or URL. I need to call the backend API. So if I go to the YouTube, and let's say if I want to put this one. Okay, so a user will put either the URL or the ID, and I need to fetch the ID only, because this part I don't care. This is something just a dummy part, because based on this ID only I can try to fetch what is there in that video. So let's try to fetch ID from this whole URL. So for that I have created one function. I got it from internet how to fetch the ID from the whole URL, or if the user put only your ID, then also it's fine. So if I go to the functions, so this is a YouTube ID grabber. I will copy this function and I will put it inside our utilities and functions. So I will put it here. So whenever the user will put the URL in the field here, we will go to this YouTube ID grabber and we will grab the ID. So let's do that. So I will go to MyFlix, and in the videos, when user change the video input, instead of putting it here, we will call one function called as change video URL, and here I will pass the E as an event, and I will put this state part here inside this function. Let's saying this dot state video input e dot target dot value, but e dot target dot value may be the URL. So I need to actually change it to the ID. Let's try to see what is coming here. And when user try to change the video URL, I will call this function. So on change, I will say this dot change video dot find this, and let's see now what happens. Okay, some error. So it should be curly bracket here. Now I will take the URL and I will put it here. So it's saying this is the URL, and I'll grab this URL and I will convert it into the ID. So to convert it into ID, we need this function. I will call this here. I will say import function name from, go one level out, and I will go to utilities. I'll go to functions.js, and then I will say let video URL. 1 second, I'll be back. Okay, now I will say video URL is equal to, I'll call this function and I will pass this e.target.value. And if I don't get e.target.value, then I'll return it for now, or later on I will give the error. Right now I will just return. And let's see what is the video URL. Now I will copy this one and I will put it here. So you will see it is automatically converted into the ID, because it takes the URL and try to convert it into the ID, and it displays the ID here. Let's refresh it again. Okay, so I'm getting the ID. So let's check this one here in the URL. So again, I will try. I will put the URL, but it takes the ID. Okay, so I need the ID, or maybe I can keep the URL as it is. I will create another state variable called as input ID equal to empty string, and maybe I will update only this input ID and I'll keep the URL as it is. And I will keep the URL as it is. So the ID will be saved in this one, and in this one will be the same e.target.value. So user will be able to see the URL, but internally we have this video URL in the video input ID. So now if I put this one, you will see, so video ID is the one which is getting the ID, and the input is something what user is putting. So I'm getting this ID. Now I will take this ID and I will pass to the YouTube API, which I just showed you. I just put few things in here, and I will put few things in the video file. So for example, I will call this one, and I will put it here. So for example, here I will create a function called as get video details, and I will create another function called as get video. Okay, I'll get only the video details. Maybe I will get video related IDs. So something related videos. I can name it get related videos. So I will build this later. Let's build this part first, and I will pass this part here, and I'll pass the Q. Q is something what I want to search. So what I will do, I am passing this Q, and this Q is going to this one. Q is passing part video, and I am fetching maximum results 5. I can also say 1 only, because I need only one. Video embeddable equal to true, and it should be video embeddable equal to true. Or if I can remove this now, because I don't know if it's embeddable or not. And I will see what console.response is coming. So once user is searching this video URL, I will pass this. I'll say this dot get video details, and I will pass this video URL, and I will see what is coming in the console.log. So G API is not defined. So this is something which is coming from outside world and it's not going inside it. So maybe let's see if I create this function outside our scope, if I'm able to handle it. Let's put it here. So if I put it here, let's see if I'm able to handle getting it or not. Okay, the function, let's call this function here. I'll just see if I'm able to access this function. Return. And I'll go in my video.js and try to call directly that function. Let's see now. Still I'm not able to access this one. Okay, because that comes outside the scope of this one. I'm not able to access this part. Let me think how I can grab this one. I'm not sure. I think, let's see. Yeah, it is created by Google and I'm not able to access it because this is totally outside the scope of our variables. Mm. Okay, so let me, we will do this some other time because I'm not sure how I can call and I don't think anyone has given any good example. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it's saying your API key here. Let's try this one. I will delete for now this one. Let's comment out this one and let's put this also in the comment. Okay, now we will follow what he is saying. Let's try that. So if I'm putting URL, so I'm going, let's see, console.log q is to, I'm getting this queue. Now I will see what people are doing. So it's saying put the constant API key. For example, I put it here, and this should be the my API key, which I will get it in the Firebase. After that, saying load YouTube 1. So let's try to load it. Okay, so I loaded the, okay, this is a script tag. This is a script.source, and I'm going to script.load, and we have then this is the load, and I'm passing API key, and we are loading get API equal to true. So let's make this false initially, and when you call the component did mount, I will call this one load API. On component did mount, we will call the load API. So script dot on load, line number 26. It's saying not working. So I created a script, I put the script, and I call this one. Still not working. Let's say was okay. Cannot read the property load of undefined. It's saying on load and it's not working. See, people put the code on internet and it's not working. Not good solution. So if I use this one, let's try to use this one. Okay, so once I install this one, I have to call this one import GAPI from the GAPI. Let's try to use this one. Import from GAPI, GAPI, and then I'll say okay, let's try to see this one here. So import in the body of the module, we are the import first. Okay, saying cannot resolve module in the copy, cannot resolve module in the copy. Okay, let's see now. So this is also not working, right? People just give the code and it doesn't work. So we will postpone this part because I need to find some good solution. This is not a good solution. This is not a good solution. So the key will remove the GAPI. So let's hold this for some time because I don't get the things which I want. So right now let's see what we can complete. Okay, home. There is no home. I'm getting the okay. Let me remove this part for now. So once I put it, I get the ID. Let's for now let's try to save the details into the what you call as into the Firebase, and we will work on this part. Like I need to convert this into the React part. This is not in React, so I need to see how I can get this inside the React one. So I will search if someone has written some module, we can use that one. So right now I will delete this video part. I will come back to this one again. Now I will just be commented right now. And then after we are done with all this form submission, we will put it into the database. So title is needed. I will make the title as a required field. And when we submit the form, we will call the function on submit equal to this dot form dot bind this. Let's create this. Let's create this function. And here I will pass e, and I'll say e dot prevent default. And then I will say if not this dot state dot, if user does not put video title, I have to I have to I have to update the error with some variable. So maybe I can say error equal to missing title, and I'll return it. Second thing I will say is video input. Video input should also be not should be their video ID or video URL. I will update the state, which I will show it here on the page after some time. And rest I will get all the details, and I will try to get the details, and I will try to submit it into the Firebase. So let's think how we are going to submit it to the Firebase. So maybe if I go to MyFlix, I have list. Inside list, I have the categories and I have all details. So maybe I can create a one more level called as videos. So I will say I will let's create one object and I'll try to put that object here. So this object I will update all the variables, for example, video input ID. It's object dot video input ID is equal to this dot state dot video input ID, and I'll go on putting things. Let's say video input to video input, title, description equal to description, sharing equal to sharing, character character, movie type, and I will go into the list and I'll go inside the list. Instead of categories, I will go to the videos, and inside videos I want the category, and category will be, so we need to get the category also. Actually we missed the category part, which we will do tomorrow. So we should have category ID also, and we should have subcategory also. Integrate these two also inside the page, which we will do tomorrow. So I'll go inside the videos, inside the category, and after category we will go inside the subcategory level, that is this subcategory, this dot state dot subcategory, and inside that subcategory I will push the object, that is this object will be pushed. So this is all for today.